morning. On the 26th of June, Standard Bank is hosting a 21-kilometer run for mental health awareness. If you're able to complete the full distance on your own, that would be amazing. But if you can't, you'll still be able to participate. How, you ask? Well, you can form a team and divide and conquer, splitting the 21 kilometers up amongst yourselves. The major message of this run is that if you're going through any kind of mental health challenges, to know that you're not alone. We're all in this together. So come on, do the run for your own mental health benefits and also in support of anyone who's going through a tough time. I'm Ursula Chikane, and today I am incredibly pleased to introduce you to three amazing gents who will be running with us on the 26th. And gents, when I say us, I mean I'll be there by osmosis.
In spirit.
And in spirit. These three guys are no strangers to running for a cause. We're going to chat to them about the reasons why they run, both for themselves and for others. I think you guys are incredibly brave and incredibly, what can I say? Apart from saying amazing, but you are incredibly brave. We're going to get straight into their stories right now as we meet them. Carpo More. I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, man.
So you're an entertainer.
Yeah.
A comedian,
Yeah.
MC.
Yes.
And also a musician.
You know, musician, it's a tough one. So I would say yeah. And an actor also, you know. Yeah.
So, you're a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I do everything.
But mostly you're a comedian
Former
because you
Springbok
are.
captain also. Why is everyone laughing? You guys don't believe me? You don't believe me? Nothing? Okay.
See, he is amazing. He's also been vocal about his own struggles with mental health and the role that running has played in helping him to cope with those struggles. Can't wait to get into that more with you. Henry Koch, you started running to raise money for the South African Depression and Anxiety Group, right?
Yeah.
And that was during lockdown.
That was just after lockdown, after
Yeah.
that first major lockdown. But yes, so we raised over R1 million, and it was the most raised by an individual for SADAG in their history.
And he set a Guinness World Record for the most consecutive half marathons run. How long did you keep that record for?
I kept that record for 15 days before it was overtaken.
King for 15 days he was. And then there's Sam the Challenger, who is known for getting South Africans to adopt healthier habits through initiatives such as 90 Days Without Sugar. There's a TV show in that, you know.
Yeah.
90 Days
I never
Without
thought
Sugar.
about that. That's a great idea, actually.
It's a fantastic idea because very few people can actually manage 1 week without.
No, that's true. That's true. But it's possible to do 90 days.
Well, if you
Yeah.
say so, my brother. Sam's also got a book called Life After Dieting. I know a lot of people are going, is there even life after dieting?
Yes.
Because dieting is so difficult.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people, when they start their diets, you know, they normally don't think about what happens after you diet.
Yeah.
So, right, the book is all about encouraging a lifestyle of living healthier, not just dieting and being on every dieting bandwagon that comes out in every Jan.
Hi, it's the maintenance for me that does it. I'm sorry. Sam has become a member of our Twitter Spaces #FinanceFitSA team, where he has continued to promote healthy habits, not just physically, but financially and mentally too. Oh boy, that is an uphill struggle on its own.
Definitely.
I can't wait to get into the conversation with these three men running for causes, and I'm sure you can't either. So let's get straight into it. We'll start with you, Henry. Take us through. So just after lockdown, you say, is when you started.
So I first started running in lockdown. We obviously got shut down and we owned a bunch of restaurants, and our staff were obviously very badly hit. And they weren't getting incomes, and we decided, to try and help them with tours. I wanted to run, and I was bored in lockdown. We baked banana bread and done.
So what, you were running around the house?
I just ran around the house. I ran the comrades around the house, and we managed to raise 120,000 rand in that day for our staff, which went a long way to helping them in that first month of lockdown.
Wait, hang on. You ran the distance of a comrades marathon. How big is your house?
No, it's tiny. We ran 6,000 laps of 15 square meters. So at the end of the day, I was limping off my left hip because I only turned right. Which afterwards someone was like, you should have thought that through. And I was like, yes, I should have. But, so we did that. And it was during that I decided that I wanted to run for something a bit bigger and for a cause a bit bigger. And that's actually where I started thinking about the SADAG and the coast to coast.
But for you, I mean, could never be you round and round the house.
No. No,
So how did you start then?
well, I think we're in level, I don't know, I think 3, was it 3, ne? When I joined? Yeah, I think it was level 3, I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah, but I was on my phone and I saw the Standard Bank running, doing a 5-kilometer run for mental health. And I said, I'm like, I want to do this thing. So I registered. You know?
Wait, hang on. So you're just there being yourself.
Yeah.
Normal life, watching
Yeah.
Netflix and chilling.
Yeah.
Tiger
And
King.
baking banana bread.
I know banana bread here. Yeah, so I saw that on my Insta. I'm like, yo, they're doing this. And so I asked my partners, like, yo, man, I really want to do this thing because like I'm not, at least there's people out there who are running for mental health, and I really want to do it because I was not okay, stress and depression and all that. So I want to join this thing and I really want to do it. So I just registered, and I got my package. I think 4 days. I don't know how many. Yeah, I think 4 or 5 days later, and I got my package, and then I put on the T-shirt, and I saw the date, and I met up with Sam and them because they've been running, and I joined the run. We did about. We were supposed to do 5. Yeah. And then Sam and I said no. Sam said no, let's do 10. No. So, and I really wanted to stop because now Sam is a runner, and I'm like, man, I'm depressed, man. You can't make me run 10. So we did the 10, with Standard Bank, and I remember finishing it, and I felt so good. Like I felt so good. It's like, you know what, in life I think you can achieve anything. If you just put your mind to it. Because I tried stopping 5 times and saying like, no, let's keep going, or maybe let's just take the pace down, and we did it. And from there I'm like, I really enjoyed this because when I was running, my mind was just open. I didn't think about anything, I just think about making it to the finish. And I started running. Then from there I started running every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day. Like, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I opened up a thing called Carpo Journey, when I to show people that, it's really possible that you can lose your weight, you can become someone different. And, it takes time, to become what you want to be. It's not going to happen to me. I want to be this tomorrow. No, it takes time. So I opened that Carpo Journey where I show people my journey, because I was 21 kgs. No, I was 108 kgs and I lost 21.
Where are you at now?
I'm on 87 now.
That's good.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But you see, Sam, this is the key, isn't it? Your body will take you where your mind allows you.
Yeah.
100%.
So your journey, did it start with 90 days without sugar, or was it before that? There's got to be a backstory because nobody wakes up and goes,
No, definitely
okay,
not.
90 days without sugar, I'm gonna.
Yeah, definitely. So my journey, you're right, started with the 90 days without sugar. But before that, I had been a habitual dieter. As I said, every Jan, you join this diet. There's a new military diet. There's a new
year, new me.
Like, every Jan, you go on this diet, and then, I'll start, with vigor, with excitement. And then comes the 14th of Feb, my wife buys me, chocolate, and the diet is out of the window, right? And in 2018, I started learning about, habits, right? Building habits. And that it takes about, obviously it's not set in stone. It takes about 21 days to build a habit and to make it a lifestyle. It takes 90 days, right? And I said, you know what? I want to put this to the test, right? If these people are just like, just want to sell these books or sell these seminars, right? And I said, I'm going to go 90 days without sugar. And the reason why I chose sugar was because sugar was my vice, right? I mean, I could, go without carbs or any other food group if I can call it that. So I'm like, challenge my biggest challenge, which is sugar. And then I remember that day vividly. On the 1st of October 2018, I challenged my Twitter followers. That time I think I had under 1,000 followers, and said, guys, I'm going 90 days without sugar. Who wants to join me? I want to really do this experiment, right? And I went through that experiment, and about, I think, 2 days before, my 90 days, I'd lost about 13 kilograms, like 2 pant sizes. Whoa. And I could run, about, I think 21. I did my first 21 actually, kilometers in that 3 months. But obviously I didn't start at the 21, right? Obviously when I started, as I mentioned, I started with walking, which is a mixture of walking and jogging, right? So I would run or jog, because I wasn't running actually, I was jogging, a slow pace. Running.
Were you speed walking?
Definitely, most definitely. So it's a nice thing because I never even had my smartwatch. So I didn't
but in low gear.
So I would run as fast as I could go, right? And when I was out of breath, I'd really like slow down and start walking, right? And obviously once I've recovered, I'd run again and do that for 30 minutes, right? And I'll do it 3 to 4 times a week. And I did that for like the first month, the second month, and the third month. And and that's how it's actually started, right? And obviously, and then, that's when I saw the power of, going without sugar for 90 days and also, coupling it with running, right? I think as Carpo said, you can't go for a run and come back with a bad mood, right? It's really
Is that what they call the runner's high?
Yes. Yeah. Most
See,
definitely.
I never got that. Like, never. Even when I set like the distance I'm going to run and I achieve it, I never ever experienced that runner's high. But give me a bar of chocolate. Oh boy. So what kind of sugar was your vice? All the sugars. All the sugar you put into tea and coffee.
I love
everything.
Look, the teas and coffee, but I love biltongs. I love chocolate.
Soft drinks.
Plenty of soft drinks. Because my work, I'm on the road, right? At that time was before lockdown, obviously. I was on the road, going to see customers. So my car, was filled with all kinds of goodies. On the way, and that obviously made me gain a lot of weight. And obviously I had to change, the lifestyle and, get healthier snacks for being on the road, start drinking more water, and replacing those 2 liters of soft drinks. Won't mention the names.
I know exactly which one you're talking about because when I was much younger, that was my vice. But here's the thing, people don't realize that there's sugar in practically everything that we eat, right?
No, definitely.
From the fast food burgers to even the chips, there's sugar everywhere. You didn't limit yourself though, did you at least take natural sugar in the form of fruits?
Yes, fruits and obviously veggies, right? Which has got natural
and good
foods,
carbs as well.
100%. So it's not, for me, I really focus on the major food group that has sugar, right? The cakes, and I think, when I started
the obvious ones.
Yeah, and I started doing a lot of research. Most of the sugar actually comes from the soda drinks, right? Because the average person, drinks about 2 liters of soda, maybe 2-3 days or something like that. Because we don't know. You buy 500 mils here, 500 mils there. In a day you've done 1 liter.
And how many spoons of sugar is that equivalent
to? 7 to 8. Can you imagine?
So imagine putting 8 spoons of sugar into your coffee. I mean, you're not going to do that, are you? But here you are over a number of days guzzling all that sugar.
No. And it's very easy to consume that sugar because of it's in liquid form, right? Because if you think about it, that 7 to 8 teaspoons, just like what? Like 4 apples or 5 apples, right? No one will eat 5 apples in one setting, right? But because of its liquid and it's, liquefied, then you can consume 7 to 8, in a 1 liter bottle.
So let's get back to you, Mr. Round My House, in 800,000 days.
One day.
So why running in particular? Were you in a mindset of calories in, calories out, or was it stress build up in, stress build up out? Or is it just because running is something that is so easily accessible?
So I think it's a combination of all of those. I think like Carpo said, I think the first thing was it is very easily accessible. You just need a pair of shoes and you can hit the open road and you can be out there. You don't need any special skills. Like Sam said, you can walk. As soon as you're tired jogging, you can just start walking and you can get your 5 or 10 kilometers in. For me, it was very similar to Carpo. I was really struggling in lockdown. We'd opened this line for our employees to try and call, and after 3 weeks of trying to take these calls from these people who were being kicked out of their houses by landlords and their kids were struggling, and it was horrible. I couldn't cope with it, and I just actually started running because just in that 6,000 laps, just the monotony of going up and down just cleared my mind of everything that was happening outside, because you're so focused on just completing the next kilometer or the next few steps. It's just like an amazing way to just focus your mind and clear your mind. And then I started getting healthier, and then suddenly you're running races on Saturdays, and your Friday nights become a little less debaucherous than they used to be. and then your weekend suddenly you're not spending 3 days a week drinking or partying, and your Monday is a great day. And it's just all these cumulative changes that just really help your lifestyle and make you feel better. So for me, it's calories in, calories out, mental health, the fact that it's so easily accessible. I'm terrible at running in winter, so I won't get up at 5 a.m. to run, but if I can get out in the afternoon, I can get out. So many sports are organized for the beginning of the day or the end of the day. You know, if you've got a half an hour at work, a lot of people get out and run, and they go and shower at work, and it just helps clear their mind and helps center them a bit. So for me, it was all of those combos, and it took me a long time to get into it as well. I mean, the first 3 months that I ran, I struggled to do 5Ks, and for me the reward was like a drink at the end of it. And then you start reading that one beer is the equivalent of your 5K run in terms of calories. So you're like, less because you worked so hard and you sort of spend 10 minutes drinking and you're like, oh, that was a waste of a run. But then it's just a lifestyle change, slowly but surely. And now I love it. Like now for me, a really fun weekend is getting out with my mates, getting out with whoever I can and running. Like this Thursday, we're going running at Irene, the Red Barn. There's trails there with friends, and it's just going to be an absolute joy. And for me, that's a great morning out.
Amazing. Carpo, you're Mr. Nice Life, Mr. Good Times. So somebody is watching now going, oh, it sounds like I'm going to have to like completely just end my social life. No, you don't.
No.
Your social life will be enhanced even by taking up running.
Yeah.
It's not an additional burden. If anything, it's going to add an amazing quality to your life.
Yeah, true. With that, my life, and obviously getting booked and then going there and traveling everywhere. So my friends get shocked, like we all go out, and then the next morning they look on Instagram, it's like, how? Carpo is a gym, but we were together yesterday, and they thought like I really want to, if I choose the running, just run and just trying to be healthy, I will stop the life that I'm living, which is not the way. I don't have to change my life like that. I won't change my life the way I eat. During the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have to eat right and gym a lot. And then Saturday, you book somewhere, maybe I'm in Cape Town. I mean, you can't go to Cape Town. Me, I don't go to Cape Town and eat salads, I couldn't go to Cape Town and eat a salad. No, I had no...
White farms.
She's in Hlonyana. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do that, and then the next day, I know I have to like go and take everything that I ate out of my system. You know what I'm saying? So I believe like, you don't need to change everything. Say, no, I'm not like that. No. You don't
need to be evangelical about it.
Yeah. So that's me. Like I'm living that life and I'm really enjoying it. And again, it will always like if maybe it's a weekend and maybe some of my friends want to go out, I was like, no man, let's play PlayStation. Let's just play and chill in the house and have some snacks and all that, Because now it really showed me a way of thinking also. You know what I'm saying? I won't lie, like ever since I started like running and gymming, I don't have this thing of saying,
I'm bored.
If I'm bored, I get up and I go run.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're getting close to 35. Because when you get to 35, your life takes on a different kind of speed. You slow some things down. Your quality is higher than the quantity.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to explain to somebody who you haven't gotten to 35 yet.
No, not yet.
How far are you from 35?
1.
You're about to experience a massive shift. Life just gets better. Honestly, and the fitter you are, the more you just take life and you love it.
No.
Am I right?
No, 100%. And I think I have to agree with Carpo and Henry that, when you learn about habits, it's, the habits that you actually integrate into your lives are the ones that change your life, right? Because of when I looked at fit people, right, before I joined the lifestyle, I was like, how can someone spend like an hour in the gym or 2 hours in the gym? Like, that's such a sacrifice. Like, like, what's wrong with that person, right? But, you don't have to be like, you don't have to run 21 kilometers every day. Or you don't have to spend 2 hours in the gym every day, right? I mean, like as Carpo said, integrating it into your life, like 30 minutes a day, it's more than enough, right? If you do it for 4 to 5 times in a week, right? You can even start with 20 minutes. And the more it becomes integrate into your lifestyle, the easier it becomes, right? Because of you don't have to stop your life, you don't have to stop living to kind of accommodate this habit. This habit is actually part of your life, right? As Carpo said, I can go to a party tomorrow morning. I know I need to hit my 5K, and I go out for 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever pace you run at, and that is the most important. I think to everyone that's listening, you really don't have. I think Henry has a job, Carpo has a job, I have a job, but we constantly running because we have actually put this thing into our lives, and we didn't say like I'm gonna quit my job so that I can just focus on running. It unfortunately doesn't work like that, But the habits that you really integrate into your life are the ones that really change your life. And you're absolutely right. I think even with habits have a way of spilling over into other areas of your life, right? You 1 minute you start running and it actually improves your confidence at work, right? That for me actually, let me speak about my experience, right? Because when I started running and I started eating healthy, one of my whys, was very, self-centered, right? Because I had a lot of suits that I bought that I could not fit into them, right? So when I started running and started losing weight, I could fit in my suits, right? And I saw my confidence skyrocket, right? When I had to do presentations in front of customers, when I had to do meetings and lead certain things at work, my confidence went through the roof, right? Because of that running habit, that eating healthy habit, kind of spilled over into my work, and I started seeing good results, right? And another, another thing that, working hard does, it improves your sleep. Funny enough, right? You sleep like a log, right? When you come back from that long run or that long gym session, in the evening you sleep like a baby.
You're depleted.
Definitely, right? So I used to struggle a lot with falling asleep. I used to use that, I get great ideas after midnight, and I start working after midnight and I work until like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm fatigued, my mind is not in the game at work, I'm not concentrating. I feel like sleeping and napping, every 10 minutes. But then when I started doing that one habit, right, it kind of spilled over, into other areas of my life. I was well rested now. In the morning, my mind could be in the game. I had more confidence at work. It improved also my mental health, right? Because of, you'd go for a run, you have a problem that you're actually thinking about, right? And you go for a run, and when you come back from a run, there's a solution, right?
Your head's been cleared. You're loving this.
Yeah, I'm loving it. That guy,
Okay, so let's talk about your problems that your headspace had to clear.
So number one, when if maybe I'm sitting at home, because I used to have this thing when I'm sitting at home, right, and I would think about my parents, and maybe like a day where it was on my birthday was the day my dad died. Oh, so when you're sitting there, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about that day, and I went out to run. I took a walk with my friend, and we ran from Kyalami to Four Ways. So we would walk and then walk and run, and then come back to Kyalami. So that was like about 15, 18 Ks. And when I was walking there, and I didn't think about my problems anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would speak to my friend, because it's a good thing to talk to your friend, because sometimes we don't talk. So we can't just walk the whole way and not talk anything. So I spoke to him, like, this is how I feel, And my friend would tell me, nah, man, this is what you're supposed to do, whatever. And then we start running. And as I'm running, I'm just thinking about, why worry? Why worry? It's going to be okay. You're telling yourself, because, the first one you have to start with is yourself. When I get home, because now I don't want to be sad and I'm with my woman there. Now she has to have the same energy that I have. Now let me see sad. So when I get home, I'm just happy. I say, it's my birthday. We're going to have fun. We're going to do this. No, actually, you know what? Let's cook. Let's eat something. Let's do that. It's my birthday. Let's have fun. So now those things, my mind is cleared now. I feel much better. I know how to think more. Okay, Carpo, if you become sad, you're going to be sad the whole day. You know what I'm saying? Even if you jump off a roof, they're not going to come back. You just need to know how to go forward. So that thing of me running, I came with a solution.
Endorphins popping.
And I just had a beautiful day. You know what I mean? I had a beautiful day, because when you're depressed, sometimes you want people to feel sorry for you.
Well, maybe is it to feel sorry for you, or you want someone to see you?
To see me, yes. I have cuts here on my hand, so those cuts most of the time was for me for attention.
Somebody needs to recognize something is not right with me. Please, somebody see
me. Yeah. There used to be a song. I used to listen to. It's a very bad song. It's a very bad song. I want to mention the name of the song. So I would sit in my room and listen to that song. you know, and this person will say that, you know, I'm nothing, I'm what.
So you go deeper and deeper and deeper.
So
into
now,
the hole.
I'm 2 hours in that room. So the one person that I want my friend to come in the room and say, you fine, you know, are you cool, boy? You know what I mean? So when that person doesn't come, they say, okay, let me just go to myself. Maybe they'll come. You know, that's how I used to want attention so bad, man. You know what I mean? Because I have no one to run to. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know what go-to therapist is. I didn't know, like, you know, I need help. I didn't know those things. I'm just sitting there and I don't know what I'm going through. But I just know that I'm not okay. You know, I'm sad.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes, I went to be honest. I went there once. I remember, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going there, man. Like, you know, I'm not going back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be tough and all. Same thing happened. I went back to those sadness and things. I went back again, and I think last year, I mean, I started going again. You know, feeling better. And obviously, I would cut and not go again. And then this year, when I started doing the running proper, like with you know what, couple, get up, man. Just get up and just go. Like, you can't. Every single day now you're looking at your woman, my partner looking at me every day, and then I'm here on the couch and I'll have a cold drink, a burger, coffee, and biscuits.
Eating
I'll
and
be like
drinking
this, yeah.
your feelings.
And I'll just do like this and eat. And the house is a mess. You know, she has to come and unpack all those things out for me and say, no, you know, it's not right. You know what I mean? You know, as a man, you know, I had to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I said to you, I had to make a decision. I had to say, you know what? Nah, man, Carpo, what are you doing? Because you always have to start with yourself, you know. And I met up with this pastor, you know, and he's very famous. And he said to me, you know, this person I always see. I was like this, I was like this, I was like this in the past. This person helped me. Go see that person.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Let me go.
Get the help.
I got there. I cried like a baby when I was telling that person everything. I cried because it was like, you know, because you know, I tried so many times to kill myself. Yeah, 4 times. I tried hanging myself. I cut myself so many times. My mom's funeral, I didn't cry. You know, because I had a brother who said to me that don't cry, be tough. You know, so
You're a man.
You're a man. So when I saw the coffin go down, I was smiling. That's my mom, like the person, I'm the last born. So it went down and I looked at it and I said to myself, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna show these people that I'm weak. Because I mean, my brother is my everything. You know, he's the one, I look up to him. You know, he's 22 years older than me. So you know, I'm kid, I'm 18 and, you know, and 2017, when I had everything in here. So I didn't cry, I would always cry. And I had a fight with someone and I would say to that person, I swear my mother's grave. And that person like, why are you always saying you swear your mother's grave? I punched the glass into my hand. I cried. So the glass cut the vein that pumps my blood to the heart. You know, I went to a hospital and I couldn't use my hands. So I went to the hospital and the doctor next day said to me, whatever angels you're praying to, keep praying because out of 35,000 patients, you don't want to survive.
Because you're meant to be.
You know what I'm saying? And that thing really changed my life because you know, having all those things in my heart, like I didn't cry at my mom's funeral. I saw my mom die. I saw my dad die. So those things were painful for me, you know. And you know, with this running thing, it really helped me to become a better person. My confidence is high. You know, I'm changing. People will come in and say, "Ah, you look good." You know how that feels? It feels good, you know. And I go to the therapist and I'll say, "I need help," because as men, we're scared to go look for help.
But isn't it also, Sam, that culturally we're told just be strong?
Yes.
News of somebody passing away comes through and everybody says, oh, just be strong. You don't have to be strong.
No, definitely. And I think, you know, mental health in our culture, right, it was a taboo growing up, right?
Yeah.
No one spoke about it. I mean, many of us had someone in the family that had mental health issues or challenges, right? You know, we would label them that they demon possessed or they had been witchcraft, there's witchcraft on them, right?
Just pray about it.
Yeah, so it really became like taboo, right? But one thing that I love, which, you know, Standard Bank is doing, is shedding light on mental awareness, right? Mental health awareness, that's saying, you know what, you're not alone.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't afford, you know, any you know, psychologist or therapist, you know, there's SEDEC, right? You know, that you can call and they can help you. So I think you're absolutely right. And also the culture, right? As men, you know, there's a statement, you know, in our language, you know, that says that, I'm going to try to loosely translate it, that, you know, a man dies inside, meaning if you've got a problem, you don't tell people about it. Like you try to solve it on your own, you know, fight with it on your own. And then, you know, then when the solutions are there, then you can share them, right? Which is not always the case. And that is, you know, why maybe the brother of Carpo said, don't cry. You know, because of, as men, you know, we need to be strong.
Yeah.
You know, we need to look like in public that we have figured it out, right? Even though your world is falling apart, you need to kind of, you know, pretend that everything is okay. But, you know, back at the ranch, you know, things are not all okay. And that is why I think it's very important, you know, as men, you know, speak to a friend, you know, speak to a counselor, speak to a therapist, right? And we're in it together, right? You're not alone.
Yeah.
And it is very important to kind of break those, you know, stereotypes and those, you know, cultures that we grew up in, because I mean we're living in a different generation at the moment. So absolutely, I agree. You know, it's kind of like running. You know, sorry to compare everything to running, is, you know, when you do start running, and this is what I saw, you kind of start joining this community, right, that is heading in this direction, and you get support, right? You get support from people online. You know, even when you run, I don't know if you've seen this, if you run on the streets, you know, even random people say, go for it. You know, when they see you running, kind of encourage you, go for it.
That's
you know,
wonderful.
they're like walking or like sitting there eating, you know, whatever they're eating, but they really like motivating you and encourage, because you're doing something different, right? So even with mental health, it's good to know that you're not alone. You know, there is a community of people that are waiting to support and say, you know what, you don't have to fight this alone. And you know, I love that about Carpo, that, you know, he went and got help. You know, because a lot of us, you know, we die inside literally, you know, without getting the help that is out there and available.
And Henry, I think this is why running for a cause is so close to your heart as well.
Yeah.
And so many more people are starting to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like Carpo said, I also struggled badly with things. Okay, not on the same level as you. I'm really sorry to hear your story. That really moved me. But I mean, it was. I struggled with anxiety and sleep deprivation and depression and all of that type of stuff. And when you start reading about the stats are horrific. Something like 0.2% of people globally have access to mental health facilities and people to help. You know, you're talking about going to a therapist. That's however much it is, but that's out of reach for 99% of people.
Yeah.
So then you start looking for free resources. And I came across SADAG. And I was actually very surprised when I started doing my campaign. I looked online and I looked for people who I could support. I put out emails to 3 places and only 1 place replied, and that was SADAG. And they actually only replied, I think, because it got sent to somebody else's email, and they were like, hey, listen, I don't know if you're still doing this. And then I started the conversation with them. When I got to find out about what they do, they're unbelievable. They used to charge people to phone in, and then they realized that actually when people are at their lowest, they don't have 40 Rand to phone anymore, because a lot of people start contemplating things like suicide and all of that when they're financially down, because that's one of the biggest contributors. So then they decided they were going to make all their lines toll-free.
Yeah.
They pay full amounts to Telkom or whoever it is that their lines are with. And it's something like 1.2 million Rand a year for their lines that they pay for. And they're an NPA. They get no funding from government. It's all private. It's all done on a volunteer basis. And you just see the amount of effort that these people put into their daily jobs. These are people like you. They've been affected by suicides or by close family, like depression, anxiety, and they just want to give back of their own time without payment. And they're just a wonderful group of people, like nationwide. And when you start really delving into what they do and who does it and how they do it and the resources they provide for matriculants who are struggling with exam, you just realize that there are actually incredible people out there who aren't, like we were talking about celebrities earlier, who aren't in the limelight and who aren't in the spotlight, but are just giving back based purely on what they've been through and what their experience is. And that just moved me completely. And it was unbelievable.
I think that one thing that we can definitely take away from this chat this morning is that running is not the be-all and end-all, but it certainly is a beginning. And added to that, therapy, talking about it, getting the darkness out into the light. Sunlight is sanitizing. So getting it out, acknowledging what you're going through, coupled with the running, the gym, the exercise, the endorphins. It really is a step in the right direction. So, Carpo, let's get back to you, Mr. Entertainment. Anyone wanting to start this journey, it seems overwhelming at first, but one step is all you need.
One. That's what. And you know, the most difficult part is getting out of your bed.
Yeah.
Because you know, like, sleep is it's just a beautiful feeling. Like, you know, I remember.
You're cocooned.
Yeah, I remember when I went out with my friends, and next day I was in my bed. I was like, yo, I feel so like it's so warm in here. Like I don't wanna go to gym. I don't want to. And then you know, sometimes when you go on Instagram, and I saw who's this Will Smith's picture where before and after. I'm like, no ways. I got out and I went to gym straight. And I said, you know what, I'm not driving to gym. Let me walk to gym.
There you go.
And I took a walk, you're talking to yourself alone and then, listening to some music because I love listening to music. I love music because sometimes there's this song I love, it's called Remember the Names. You do 5% luck, 25%. Like you have to use like energy. So I would walk and then people would stop their cars and I would just say hi with the people. And then, now you're meeting everyone. It's just hello there, hi Carpo, how you doing? Whatever, I'm all good, man. So the energy is nice. Now the people are giving me that energy. So I get into the gym. I have this beautiful energy that I have in my personal training. Like, hey, what's up with you today? Like, man, I'm just in a good mood. And then you go back home and I walk back home. I'm tired and I sleep and I wake up. Because people think, like a lot of people just DM me and say, yo, Carpo, man, I don't have discipline. And I'm like, what kind of a human being am I if I could say, I'm going to go start to gym? Because like, my stomach was this big. So if your stomach is this big, there's so many things you can do. Your shoelaces, you have to like turn and do that, and I didn't like that again, It's like, I can't, let me just go to gym. First day one, when you go to gym, you're going to feel so dope when you come back home, like you went to gym. And then you go the second day, and then you go third day. 2 weeks later, now you want to go back, like, yo, man, let me just do it twice.
Can't wait.
You can't wait, because I think we don't need to be lazy. I'm sorry, but you don't need to be lazy.
Demotivated or lazy?
Demotivated. Let me just say demotivated. I was lazy, I was lazy.
She gave you a get out of jail card, free get out of jail card.
Motivation.
Yeah, motivation. So I know that I motivate so many people. Yeah. So I try to reply to as many DMs as I can. Some boy, I saw some boy's picture. He was a big boy. He lost so much weight. And I say, congratulations. Man, you inspire me. I'm telling him, he inspires me. So you got to start. If you go there once and say, you know what, I'm going there today. I promise you. Once you keep telling yourself every single day. Because I didn't believe people when say speak to your heart. I say, how am I going to speak to my heart? Hey, what up, man? I didn't understand those kind of things. I didn't like those things. Speak to your heart. Let your heart direct you. Direct me how? I did not understand why people say that. And then when I went to gym and I said quit, and I just heard myself say, don't quit. I'm like, oh. Okay.
That's what
that's what it means. So don't stop. I'm not gonna stop. No. Come on, just 2 seconds. 2 seconds left. And to the people out there watching, I just want to tell them like it is possible. And I know it is possible no matter what, man. Like you're a star, man. Yeah. And you're a king. Like
and
that's
queen.
it. Yep. And queen, you're the best. I would say that.
So that one step leads to the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So set your goal. What is your ultimate goal? Write it down. And then from your ultimate goal, bring it closer to where you are now.
Yes.
So if your ultimate goal is to complete the 21K run, have it there. Then bring it closer. I want to do this for 2 months. I want to do this for 1 month. I want to do this for 3 weeks. I need to complete this for 1 week. I need to start today. Today is over. You wake up tomorrow with your running shoes. So when you jump out of bed, your running shoes are right there. Your gym bag is right there. So I did yesterday, now I'm going to do today. And then I'm going to do tomorrow. Then I'm going to finish the week. By the end of the week, it's gone so quickly. Next thing you know, you're joining Sam.
100%. And I absolutely agree with that. I mean, that is the best way to build habits. Because, I've got a thinking about motivation, right? You're speaking about unmotivated, is that the bigger the task is, the bigger the motivation that is needed, right? So if you're looking at 21 kilometers, Like you need probably 21 kilograms of motivation. If I can just put motivation.
21 kilograms
I'm just
of
giving it,
motivation.
weight, right? But if you look at 1 kilometers, right, you're looking
Yeah.
at 1 kilogram of motivation, right? The smaller the task is, the smaller the motivation needs to be. And I'll make a practical example, right? Every day you wake up, most people, I hope, you go brush your teeth. It takes you 2 minutes. Do you feel motivated to brush your teeth every morning?
Yes, because they feel like there's fur on them.
But you don't need 21 kilograms of motivation because you only have to do it for 2 minutes, right? It's not like you have to do it for 20 minutes. If you had to do it for 20 minutes, maybe a lot of us would have skipped it, right? But yet that 2 minutes, right, it's keeping your teeth clean for the whole day. So even if you want to start with the 21 kilometers, don't look at the 21 because that is daunting. That is very fearful. Yes, that is your goal, as you said. That is your long-term goal. But how can you break it down? Can you do 1 kilometers today walking? Absolutely, you can do it. You can even do it, on the passageway. Obviously, he ran 90 on the passageway, right? But you can do 1 kilometers. Walk around the complex, right? Don't even start by running, right? I tell people start walking, and once it becomes a consistent thing, right? Because of a lot of people, we want to improve what we have not started, right? Start walking, and then as you walk, you're going to start improving on a daily basis, right? Because you're going to start walking at a certain pace, and then you're going to start speed walking, and then you're going to start walking for 10 minutes and running for 10 minutes, right? So I would say absolutely right? That first step is very important, but don't, and that is where I got messed up right before I learned about habits, because when I wanted to change my lifestyle, I wanted to change everything at once, right? I wanted to go to gym for 2 hours. I wanted to change my meals. I wanted to sleep, for 8 hours. I wanted to deal with everything at the same time, and that is overwhelming for human beings, right? And what really helped me in learning about the habits is that I just focused on the sugar, right? I said I'm just gonna go without sugar for the 90 days, right? And that one simple step obviously led to other steps, right? And that is the best way to build habits. The best way to eat an elephant, like as we say,
One bite at a time.
definitely you can't eat an elephant, 1 hour.
Gulp.
Right, so take it one step at a time.
How does it seem like we've all lived the same life? Hey!
It's the running.
Well, I can't run, can't cycle. And I'm going to be honest. I know my limitations. At school, yes, I was. I was a great little runner, competed, raced, especially distances. Really good. But as I got older, running doesn't do it for me personally. But get me in the gym, lifting weights, especially for a woman of a certain age, which you all know by now. The lifting weights keeps you firm, toned, and it's great for your bones as well. Great muscle mass, nice shoulder caps, great sturdy core,
Building nice
that
muscles.
kind of thing. Yeah. So the running thing I'll do, like you would also, for a cause.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it in a relay.
Nice.
Because the 21Ks for me is just too much.
But the 21K, you can divide it with your friends.
Exactly.
So you can do
a relay.
Yeah, really. So I because my friends always say to me, 21, my man, no.
So do what you can.
It's a lot.
Do what you can. Even me, like myself, I challenged standing there and said 21K, and I'm like,
You regretting it?
I said, nah. I said 21, and I'm calculating like my place, 4 ways, and something, 4 ways again. So I must go to 4 ways 2 times. I said no. I said no. So my friend was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure. I'm gonna do it." So I go gym for the thing, and I always tell my trainer when he say pick up weights, I say, "My man, train me so I can finish the 21Ks. Why are you telling me I must keep lift up weights? I don't want to do weights. Please let me go on a treadmill. Let me just speed." Like, no, you don't need to do that. Relax. When I went to that, I saw this other track that I went to in Remsel, and I went around it. I think I went 30 times. And my legs, I said, am I really going to do this 21 kilometer run? Because my legs were so painful. Like, I didn't understand. That's why I would call him and say, "Sam, my man, come on, man. Help me out here, man." And then I go to him and I see Henry's thing on. I think he runs 90. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. And they say you must run together. I was like, no, guys. Now you run my pace, guys. I'm gonna walk past where I'm gonna walk. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But I have to finish this 21Ks no matter what. I always tell everybody on my Instagram, on my social media, say, guys, if you can't do it, please just try and walk. some of you guys, and then you pass to your friend, and then just divide each other so that we can all do it together. Because that would be a beautiful thing. It will be I think it will be one of the most the most beautiful thing ever.
It's gonna be a vibe.
Man. If you see a parent with maybe daughters or son, maybe the young ones, maybe the last one kilometer. That would be the most beautiful thing for me, actually. With the kids
and knowing that you completed it.
Yes.
You signed up for it.
Yes.
And you were talking about motivation earlier. Like I found when I started running, getting a friend on board was actually the best thing because then they hold you accountable and you hold each other accountable. Like you said, it's easy to just sit in bed but if you got someone knocking on your door being like, it's time to run, then you're like, cool. So yeah, with friends it's better.
It is. It's going to be like it's in family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Family knows. When someone knocks at your door, you have to answer that door. And if you're online, when you're online, they see you. Chief. I see the chief.
Now you're
Instagram. You can't lie. Like, I see your message. Like,
I didn't see your message. When you look at your message, like, I know you're in there, chief.
Get up, go
see
pay
you
your
online.
road taxes. Tack is on, do your run. That brings us then to headspace, mental preparedness. Your body will go where your mind takes you. So your body is getting fit. How do you get your mind into that headspace? How do you were talking about talking to your heart. You need to get your mind right.
Yeah.
You need to get your mind to commit. Let's start with you. How did you get your mind to commit?
You have to fight your mind every step of the way. When you start, like you said, your mind sits there and it just says quit. It's easy to quit. You don't need to worry. You can walk back to your car or you can walk back. So you literally have to sit there and just train your mind. You have to fight through the pain. And somebody once told me there's a big difference between pain and discomfort.
Oh, I like that.
And that's what you're fighting through. You're not actually fighting through pain because pain is like physical. It's discomfort. You're just so uncomfortable and you're unfit and you're just trying to get through the next K and it's resistance and then you hit a hill and your legs hurt. It's just discomfort and all you need to do is work through it. And like you guys said, it's such a small step at a time. So the first time you do 5Ks, you think, how on earth am I going to even do more than this? And then suddenly after 3 months, 5Ks, you look back at it and you're like, what was I ever worrying about? And it's just convincing yourself to just take that next step continuously and just keeping at it.
Can I tell you something? Can I share with you guys?
Yes, please do.
Do you mind? You don't mind? Okay. So when I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, 2009, the first 2 days were the worst days of my life, until summit morning. The absolute worst of my life.
Yeah.
But as you're climbing, you say to yourself, just get through the first 10 minutes while your body is warming up. Once your body is warmed up, those steps, they just come. Next thing you know, you're climbing over boulders and all sorts of things, going through the rough terrain, going through the bush. It's fantastic. The next day, you can't wait for the sun to come up so you can get up again and challenge yourself some more. Summit morning, the coldest, the tiredest you've ever been in your life. You feel like you can wrap yourself into a little ball and the wind can just blow you off the snowy tops of the mountain. But you keep going one step at a time. By the time you summit, it feels honestly like you have invented, I can't even tell you what. It's the most amazing feeling. And you're right. You overcome the discomfort and you summit. Then you've got to go down.
Oh, you don't bring a chopper or something to pick you up?
You can't call it Uber.
You
Too high.
But did your guide, I think because when we climbed Kilimanjaro, they had the saying, pole pole, which was slowly. And that's it. You
One
just
step
do
at
it
a
one step at a time.
It's not a race.
not a race.
And the fittest people amongst us were the ones that had the toughest time.
Yeah.
There was one guy, a rugby player, and he was like, he always needed to be the first guy, the win, got to get to camp first. And the guides would say, no, pole.
Pole, yeah.
So, and guess who was the one person that didn't summit?
I need to do the Kilimanjaro actually.
You're going to love it. Oh, you're going to love it.
No, not yet.
I think we should try it out, eh?
Yeah.
I think
Next Standard Bank challenge.
Yeah.
So,
So
we
let's sign up for that, for the 21K. Let's complete it.
Yeah.
And then we set another bigger challenge for
No,
ourselves.
definitely. I think speaking about mental preparedness for the race is, I learned this, that when you feel like quitting, you actually still got more juice in your body, right? So I've got this thing, even when I'm running now, and when I'm doing something challenging, right, that I need to feel that feeling at least 7 times before I quit.
Oh.
Right? So don't quit when you feel like quitting on the first time, right? Get that feeling, continue going.
Get the feeling
Get the second
again.
feeling and you start counting, right? And the funny thing that my brain does, like when I get to 4 or 5, I forget. Then I need to start
Yes.
from 1.
My brain's going to go 1, 5, 7, done.
And for me, that really helped me because it's really true. Like if you quit at the first feeling of quitting, you still got so much juice in you, that you can still push, right? That limit, it's not that you've ended. As he said, I think that I like that you're feeling the discomfort, right? Because of you're not used to running maybe a 21K, for an example, right? And it happens to me when I'm on my long runs, right? Because of you literally feel like it's a battle between your body and your mind, right? That where your body says, dude, I'm done, right? Like, you can just go do this run alone. And your mind says, I want to finish this 21K. I want to finish this 21K or this long run, right? So, and that is why that conversation needs to happen between, the mind and the body. You say, okay, body, feel this for 7 times and then we quit. Let's go, right? And that for me, it's working out. So I think as people are preparing, when you go for the first day, you might say, actually, I want to do, 10,000 steps, walk 10,000 steps as an example. And you get to like 3,000 and your body says, quit, push through. Right, at least 3 or 4 times. You don't have to be 7 like me, but then you still got more juice in you. You still got more that you can still do, that your body can. Because our mind, I do believe that our minds are limitless, right? We're just limited by the body because the body is used to slouching on the couch. It's usually just sitting, especially with lockdown. We've been sitting at home, lockdowns being extended. So it's going to be uncomfortable, right, for the body to go running 5, running 10, running 21. It's very uncomfortable. It's not going to be nice. But then you need to push through and you need to set your mind and have that conversation with your body, because your body is going to be like fighting you every kilometer. Say, dude, let's go back home. Call that Uber. I hear people saying I'm running with taxi money, in case I get to 5Ks that I need to get a taxi back. Leave the money at home, right? if you want to quit, walk home, right? Punish your body and walk home, But I think that is the the mental preparation, because of it is a mind game, and the conversation with your mind and your body, it's always going on, especially if you're doing something challenging.
Okay, let's wrap it up, gents, and talk to the people who are still in the mindset of I can't. I can't because I'm too old. I can't because I'm too big. I can't because I'm unfit. I can't because. Let's wrap it up. What are you saying to people that start with I can't?
I think, and it's a tough one. I think if you're starting with I can't, you already have lost half the battle. So you just need to change that mindset and say I can. And like you said, it's just taking little steps day by day. Everyone can. I promise you, I was exactly the same. I was like you. I weighed 118 kilos. I now weigh down to like 92. And for me, it was always I can't. And eventually one day I just decided I'm putting my mind to this and I'm just committing to it. And you know what I told people? And when you tell people, you hold yourself accountable. Because then suddenly they see you doing something and they're like, but aren't you doing this? And you're like, oh, yes, I am.
Yeah.
So accountability for me was the key thing. So I just went and told everyone. Same with my Guinness World Record Challenge. I put it out there and now I was like, wow, I'm committed to this now. And that was the biggest motivation for me. So it's just changing that mindset and starting with small goals, and you will get there eventually.
Mr. Entertainment?
The people will say I can't. I started with I can't. The one like, it's like, I'm not going to do that. As we like, how we talk, it's like, I'm not going to do that.
It's not for me.
It's not for me. Like, my man. And then you go eat the burger and everything. And then your body changes and you become this big person and you become depressed and you cry and you feel sorry for yourself. You're not comfortable with your clothes. You want to buy double XL so that people can see the stomach and all that thing. Well, that's what I can't leads to. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you can, I'm telling you, like you're gonna get so many goals, so many rewards, you know. So those, if you say I can't, you are going to become a big person. You're going to become a failure. But I believe that you can. All of us. You know, I always tell people say, if Carpo did it, that means that we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
people know me as Carpo. That
Yes.
boom, boom, you know. So
Couple, literally, Mr. Big.
They call me. They used to call me Dimpa Dimples, and I hated that name. So Dimpa Dimples, when I look at it, it's like big stomach, big stomach, big stomach, big stomach. My friends used to call me. They would laugh at me. I didn't like it, but I would just laugh at it. You know, don't call me that. But
Inside.
it's not nice because people are always gonna like diss you and then you know say those things. But I believe that you can. And I believe that you're gonna do it. And I believe whoever watching this right now, today they must start and they must start this journey and they're gonna do this 21 kilometer run and they're gonna finish this 21 kilometer. I know they are. You know, and me myself, like looking at this 21, I'm thinking every day, like, oh, 21. But I am going to finish it. I am going to do it. And I'm going to finish it for mental health, you know, for the awareness, so that we're doing this thing for everyone, because we're all in it together. Everyone. And, you know, the whole of Africa. Whoever's
Yeah.
watching, I know,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
I believe that it's going to happen. It's going to be one of the, this is history. And I want people to come together to know that it's okay to talk to someone and ask for help. I believe that, you know, and we're going to do it. And I would be so happy if, you know, people know that I need help. You know, don't worry about your friends, what your friends are going to say. Don't be scared to go to your friend. Don't be scared to go to Sam. Don't be scared, you know, get help. There's, you know, internet, there's Google, you can get help, you know, and that's for me. That's for the people who are watching this.
Yeah. First and foremost, do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I can't is a very good place to start. I think anyone that wants to start the journey, the word I can't, it's probably saying that you're looking at the elephant and you want to defeat the elephant at once, right? So all of us here, I mean, we started with I can't because of we were looking at this massive task. We're looking at this Mount Kilimanjaro, like I can't climb this mountain. I've never been, you know, on this mountain ever. But the more you pace yourself and the more you break it down, right, and make it into small steps, then you can start doing it. And then you know, when you hit that small milestone, what really happens is, you know, you start getting that motivation. You know, the best motivation, you know, after having a strong why, you need to like understand, why are you doing this, right? Am I in this because of my ex, you know, call me fat? You know, that's not a strong enough reason, right? You need to, you know, have strong enough reason that resonates with you,
For
right?
yourself.
Yes, have a strong
Yeah.
reason that resonates. I'm doing this for myself. I'm not doing this for Carpo. I'm not doing this for Standard Bank. I'm doing this for myself,
Yes.
right? And then after you have that strong why, then break it down into small tasks. Like how can you take this task that is huge and break it down? Because of, yes, you can't run 21 kilometers today, but you can do one, right? So break it down into small pieces. You will get to a place where you are fit. You will get to a place where age is not a number anymore. And once you start seeing the results, right? Once you start seeing yourself hitting that 1 kilometer, right? Or hitting that, even 500 meters, hitting that, you know, you start getting motivated and saying, you know what, yesterday I hit, you know, 500 meters. Why don't I hit a K today? Yesterday I hit a K. Why don't I hit 2 Ks today? Yesterday I hit 2 Ks, right? You know, the first time I ran my 21 kilometers in that 90 days experiment was, I used to run 5 and 10, right? And I got confident and say, you know what, I can run 5 now without stopping. I can run 10 without stopping. And I remember the day I ran my first 21 the weather was beautiful. It was like cloudy weather, you know, some small drizzle. I wanted to go for my 10, right? And I said, you know what, because the weather is so nice, let me attempt a 21. Right, I'm not busy, I'm not doing anything, and I went and I did a 21. But here's the thing: if I wanted to do the 21 on day one, it wouldn't have helped. But the 5, the 10 gave me the confidence to go for the 21. So if you have that strong why of why you're doing this, break it down, start doing it, start seeing the small results that will motivate you to start, you know, aiming for bigger challenges and bigger goals.
So turn the I can't into icon. I'm an icon. You can do it. Listen, you are capable of doing so much more than you even think possible. Seriously, take some of those shackles off. Just do away with them. Start just one day, one step at a time. Living proof right before you. 3 incredible gentlemen broke through the chains, decided that they wanted better for themselves, and look at them. Incredible. If I wasn't taken, I'd date all three of you. It's been so inspiring to talk to three people who've taken such control over their fitness and mental health at the same time. And they've been raising money, raising awareness around amazing causes. So please join us the 26th of June. We're going to be running for mental health awareness, and we'd love to see you there. We really, really would. We'd love to see you there in the relay, in a team, as an individual, as partners, whichever way you decide to tackle it. Just be there with us. Keep track of the Standard Bank South Africa social media channels as well. More information is going to just keep rolling out. Information on registrations, the T's and C's, the details, everything you need will be there. We've been talking about mental health as well. So if you or anyone you know is suffering from mental health problems, here are some organizations you can contact. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group, SADAG. You can ring them on 0800 45 6789. That's 0800 45 6789. It's a great number, easy to commit to memory. There's also Lifeline South Africa, 0861 322 322. That's 0861 322 322. And the National Mental Health Information Line, 0800 567 567. That's 0800 567 567. If you missed any of these numbers, Google is your friend. You'll find them online. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We really do appreciate it. And we remind you again that mental health is your birthright. And you can, with help, change things around. Gents, what an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
I need to talk to you, dude. Until we meet again, I'm Ursula Chikane. Take care.